Hebrews 9:16-17. For where there is a testament, there must also of necessity be the death of the testator. For the testament is in force after men are dead, since it has no power at all while the testator lives. It has been said that the Old Testament died with the testator's death, Jesus. This all stems from poor translation. Young's literal translation, the YLT, in my opinion, does a better job of explaining this verse. For where a covenant is, the death of the covenant victim to come in is necessary. For a covenant over dead victims is steadfast, since it is no force at all while the covenant victim lives. Covenants were often made with a sacrifice, a covenant victim. See, for examples, Genesis 15:9-11, Exodus 24:5-8, Psalm 50 verse 5, Jeremiah 34:18-19, and Zechariah 9:11. Until the sacrifice was made, the covenant was not in force. Thus, when Jesus died as the sacrifice, his covenant was put into effect. Recall when Jesus said, "This is my blood of the new covenant," the evening before his death. Now with this understanding, consider the context of the rest of this section in Hebrews. Starting at verse 16. For where there is a covenant, there must also of necessity be the death of the covenant victim. For a covenant is in force after dead victims, since it has no power at all while the covenant victim lives. Therefore, not even the first covenant was dedicated without blood. For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of calves and goats with water and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book itself and all the people, saying, "This is the blood of the covenant which God has commanded you." Then likewise he sprinkled blood both on the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. See also Exodus 24:3-8. This section does not describe the death of the Old Covenant. It says that the Old Covenant, the New Covenant, and basically any other biblical covenant, is ratified by the blood of the covenant victim. With Moses, it was calves and goats. But the blood of Jesus Christ ratified the New Covenant. The point for us to gain from this contrast is to see how much greater the sacrifice of Christ is than what came before it. As it says a few verses later, therefore it was necessary that the copies of the things in heavens should be purified with these, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these.